I never considered you an enemy.
I never considered you at all.
Now that's just hurtful.
Hello guys, and welcome to another MK Mobile character review, today featuring Ronin Kitana. As usual guys, please note the date when this video has been recorded because a lot of things may have changed since then. And if you're not familiar with the matrix I'm using in order to evaluate characters, you can find it on the top right corner of the screen. So without any further ado, let us put Ronin Kitana to the test. Ronin Kitana guys was released on the 10th of September 2018 and her original price in the old store was 491 souls, and that's quite expensive. In addition, in the wake of update 2.0 she was turned into a diamond, and this is her state now. She is no longer part of the old store and she can be obtained only through specific packs. So let's take a look at her stats. Her attack is 52,164, which is the 12th highest in the game. The hit points, they are 115,200, which is the 4th highest in the game. Her toughness is, attention, we are going to get back to this many times in the video. So her toughness is 61,614, which is the highest in MK Mobile, and the recovery is 54,432, the 6th highest in the game. The power generation is 110%. So for her stats, Ronin Kitana is going to get 23.3 out of 28 possible points. Special one for Ronin Kitana guys is called Uplift, and here it is what you need to know about it. First thing first, it can be completely blocked by the opponent. It has power drain as debuff, which is always useful. It can be cast from distance. Unfortunately, it is not lethal. This is one of the main issues with this special attack, because in a lot of cases you'll be in a situation when you're doing special 1, your enemy is left with 1 HP and he escapes because you didn't have enough time to just punch him once so that he can die, and that's really unfortunate. In addition, what I need to say about her special 1 is the fact that it doesn't really follow smooth after combo, and there's sometimes it will connect, sometimes it won't connect, so the best time to release it is in the middle of your combo, and that's another drawback, unfortunately. And what else is to be said here? This special attack has only 1 mini hit, and it has the multi-tap circles mini game. When it comes to the damage, the minimum damage of the ability is 19,796, which is the 21st highest in the game. The maximum damage is 39,592, which is the 16th highest in MK Mobile. Once again, special 1 of Kitana can be completely blocked by the opponent. It has power drain as debuff, it can be cast from distance, it is not lethal, it consists of only 1 mini hit, and it has the multi-tap circles mini game. So for her special 1, Ronin Kitana is going to get the solid 10.1 out of 13 possible points. Special 2 of Kitana is called Throat Slice, and here it is what you need to know about it. First thing first, like her special 1, the ability can be completely blocked by the opponent. This time we have Bleed as debuff. It can be cast from distance, however, let's say the first 3 mini hits will miss, but the biggest majority of the damage is delivered on the last mini hit, so it is kind of okay. In addition, the special attack, unlike her special 1, is lethal. It consists of 4 mini hits if you score below 100% on the second minigame, and 5 mini hits if you manage to score 100% on the second minigame, at least according to my observations. And of course the minigames are the horizontal or vertical swipe, and the important one, the multi-tap circles. When it comes to damage, the picture isn't really that great compared to her special 1. The minimum damage of the ability is 29,394, which is the 69th highest in the game, and the maximum damage is 59,389, which is the 75th highest in the game. Really bad when it comes to the damage. Once again, the special attack can be completely blocked by the enemy. It has Bleed as debuff. It can be cast from distance, kind of. It is lethal. It consists of 4 or 5 mini hits, and it has 2 mini games. So for her special 2, Ronin Kitana is going to get the disappointing 9.9 out of 19 possible points. The X-ray of Ronin Kitana, guys, is called Slice and Dice, and as you expected, there is nothing really amazing about it. It has blind as debuff, and the good news is that it can be cast from distance. When it comes to damage, the damage of the ability is 124,717, which is the 17th highest in the game. Once again, the special attack has blind as debuff, and it can be cast from distance. So for her X-ray, Ronin Kitana is going to get 3.2 out of 4 possible points, and the total amount of points she gets for her special attacks adds up to 23.2 out of 36 possible. Probably some of you would disagree, but the basic attacks of Ronin Kitana are pretty damn awesome in my opinion. First thing first, she has slightly above average speed, and her chaining is okay. Even without block breakers, she still pushes the enemy away after one of her combos, so she's kind of okay without block breaker. Of course, with block breaker is the name of the game when it comes to Ronin Kitana, because she performs pretty well. Just give her her fan and she will be almost an unstoppable force. Now, the only thing I dislike about the basic attacks of Ronin Kitana is the fact that they don't really set the stage for a perfect execution of special 1 and 2 after the combo ender. In a lot of cases the enemy will block, in a lot of cases the enemy won't block, and in a lot of cases the enemy will simply tag out, and that's really annoying. So in other words, the special attacks don't really flow fine after either of her combo enders. But in general, I reckon she has pretty good basic attacks, above average. So I'll give her 7.9 out of 10 possible points. Once again, I consider her basics to be very good, but not really one of the best in the game. So I don't want to give her a solid 8. Okay guys, we have to talk about the passive of Ronin Kitana, and don't get me wrong, it is not completely worthless, but without any doubt it's one of the, let's say, not that great passives in MK Mobile. Not because it doesn't work good in a Ronin team, actually it does. Her passive is really strong in Ronin team. The problem is that what happens if you don't have the other characters? This is, in my opinion, what distinguishes a good character, a great character, and a just good on an average character. A great character such as, for example, classic Liu Kang can join any team. He's so versatile, he can help you tremendously at any stage of your MK Mobile journey. While characters such as Ronin Kitana can still be good, but her passive really triggers only in one team. And what happens if you just pull her and you don't have any other Ronin team? What happens is that you have to wait. I mean, is that a good thing? Of course not. Everybody who wants to get a diamond, they don't want to wait, they want to start using him right off the bat. But this is not the case for Ronins. In a lot of cases you have to wait if you don't have the other two characters. Or let's say if you just have one of them very high fusion, the other's fusion 0. Still not that great. Anyways, let's read the passive of Ronin Kitana. It's called Outward Ronin. It says, plus 30% attack for each Ronin teammate against Outward. All Ronin characters gain 20% critical hit chance for each Ronin character on the team. So basically, she has plus 30% attack for Ronin teammate, actually, because she's a Ronin teammate, if she's not in a Ronin team, and she gets 20% critical hit chance. That's not really a great passive for a diamond. And in a Ronin team, she gets 90% attack against Ronin, against Outward characters, and 60% critical hit chance, which is still okay, but nothing extraordinary. If it was 90% attack in general, that would have been awesome. But since it isn't, even in a Ronin team, her passive is very good but not amazing. Yeah, so this is the Achilles heel for Ronin Kitana. Her passive is simply underwhelming, sadly. But every time when you use this character, do not forget that she benefits from one good thing, and that good thing is called toughness. In this case, if you don't have the other two Ronin teammates, you can use her toughness in order to turn her into one of the best tanks in the game, if not the best tank in the game. All you have to do is to give her her fan and to give her 3 pieces that boost the toughness. And I'm going to get that into details in the gameplay section of the video, but for now, just be sure, guys, that first thing first, she benefits from toughness, and she benefits from 2 talents. The first one is called Ghost Armor, that gives you power if you're taking critical hit chance, and the other one is called Combat Veteran, that reduces the critical damage the more toughness you have. If you have those two talents maxed out, Ronin Kitana is going to be unkillable tank. Trust me. Currently you're seeing me fighting Assassin Jade. Assassin Jade is fully maxed out. She's doing special 2 to me. I'm not blocking, and you can see her special 2, the entire special 2 of maxed out diamond character did something like 1000 damage, even less. 1000 damage. Special 2 of Assassin Jade, I was not blocking. This is the extent where you can go if the enemy is critting. If they're not critting, you'll be still taking less damage, but it won't be that low, of course. So another thing that is good to mention about Ronin Kitana is that she's a dual class character, and every single dual class character is a good character in a way that she can be easily supported. You just give her one martial artist to boost her attack, another outward to boost her attack or something, and there you go, you can easily support her. Unlike, for example, Ronin Kitana, who is just a spec ops, Ronin Kitana is a martial artist and outworld at the same time, and this is always an advantage. So if you have just Ronin Kitana, keep that in mind. First thing first, she's a very tough girl. Second thing first, you can find a way to support her. Just make sure that she gets supported by one martial artist, one outworld. This is going to be the easiest thing to do. Of course, if you have 2 great martial artists to support her, that's even better. Anyways, I have to be consistent with my grade, and her passive isn't really great. So I'll be giving her 13 out of 20 points for her passive. She is a Ronin, actually not a Ronin, but martial artist and outward character, so she gets 2 points for classes and 0 points for tagging attack. Okay guys, are you ready to take a look at the bigger picture? Ronin Kitana has pretty good stats. The only stat which is outside of top 10 best stats in MK Mobile is attack. Everywhere else she is pretty great, with her toughness being the highest in the game. She has pretty good basic attacks, not that useful passive sadly, and yeah, when it comes to her special attacks, her special 2, again, not that great, but her special 1 is pretty decent, with the only drawback that it is not lethal. However, with all of that said, what I can say about this character is very interesting, because literally 1 or 2 months ago I considered Ronin Kitana to be underwhelming, average, below average diamond, nothing special, but now after I saw what she can do with 2 specific talents, I reckon that she's great. I honestly believe that she's great, one of the best tanks in the game, if not the best tank of the game, if you manage to have the killer jacket maxed out. If you have the killer jacket maxed out, I don't think that anybody can destroy that girl. You literally do 0 damage to her. Your only bet is to kill her with a regular hit. If you're doing critical hits, not good. If you're doing lethal hits, not good. So yeah, what can I say? One of the best tanks in the game. Honestly, if you don't trust me, just give her those 2 talents maxed out. Once again, Combat Veteran and Ghost Armor. Give her 3 pieces for toughness and just enjoy. This is going to be awesome. So I'll be giving her 3 out of my 3 subjective points. Ronin Kitana is not a perfect character, but I really had fun playing with her with those talents. It is really awesome. It feels amazing when Assassin Jade does special 2 on you and the entire special attack deals like 700 to 800 damage. It really feels amazing. So with my 3 subjective points, she's going to score 72.3, and we can label her as a great character. On our current rankings, she ranks actually just above Ronin Kitana and just below Reg Devora on position number 38. So the final verdict for Ronin Kitana is going to be a great character. Okay guys, it is time to know what do you think about Ronin Kitana. What is your final verdict? 177 people you voted in our Discord server. By the way, if you want to be one of them for the next review, just join the Discord. You will find the link in the description of this video and go to the voting thread. There you can vote for all open threads. This is the way you do it. With that said, once again, 177 people you voted with the average score of 5.60. In other words, the final score according to you is 56.06. Quite honestly, the biggest majority of you, 42, voted with a 7. However, there were a lot of votes with 1, 2 and 3, and this at the end of the day made sure that the average score went down. Actually, a lot of you stated as a reasoning that she doesn't work outside of her own team, and I would agree with this to a certain extent. because she actually does. She is not the greatest character in the world, but she does work outside of her own team. Think about it. First thing first, her toughness is amazing, I already showcased it. And second thing, she's a dual class character, so she can be easily supported. I really hope that after this video a lot of you will test Ronin Kitana with those specific talents and will discover how amazing she actually is. So, according to the Matrix, Kitana scored 72.3 and we can label her as a great character. According to me, she's somewhere between 7 and 8. And according to you, she scored 56.06, which means that, in your opinion, she ranks just as a decent character. Quite honestly, I don't agree with your score. According to the Matrix, she scored 72, and I am inclined to agree with the Matrix. She's not a 5, she's not a 6. Definitely, if she has those talents, she is literally an 8 or even a 9. Trust me, if you don't think that I'm being honest at the moment, just max out those 2 talents, use them, then give her 2 pieces for toughness. You don't have to give her 3, just 2 pieces for toughness, 2 armors, the Raiden armor and some other armor, it doesn't matter. And you will see the difference. She's really fun to play, she has Power Drain Special 1, she doesn't take any damage. Really good character, so I would disagree with your vote, but I don't know, this is the way you decided, right? On our current standings, by the way, Ronin Kitana, thankfully, is not actually last. She's not last, guys. She scored slightly below Ronin Takeda and slightly above Sun God Kodokan. However, according to your score, Demolition Sonya is a better character, and I will disagree here. But once again, this is your vote, and this is the result of it. See you in the next one. Okay guys, it is time to talk about the gameplay. First question is, should Ronin Kitana be the opener of the Ronin team or any other team? I would say that she should be pretty good opener because of the obvious fact that she works good and has good synergy with the Devastator. But if you decide to use also Ronin Takeda, you won't make a huge mistake. So in other words, she's good opener. Nothing against it. When it comes to the characters she counter, I would say that she's a pretty good counter against other Ronin team, because if you have the Combat Veteran talent and the Ghost Armor talent, the enemy Ronin team won't be dealing any damage to you. In general, she is a pretty good counter to any team that heavily relies on critical hits. That will be her dream land. When it comes to the characters that counter her, yeah, the usual suspects. She's quite bad against, for example, MK11 Jade, because she cannot really hit her, and that's a really big problem. But in general, I wouldn't say she has some really terrible matchups. When it comes to the talents, guys, probably it will come as a surprise to some of you, but the key word here is her Bladed Fan and any other gear that you have which boost the toughness. There are 2 tower, actually 3 tower pieces that are perfect for her. One epic, which is called the Killer Jacket, amazingly good piece. It boosts the toughness by 60% and it fixes her other issue, the lethal hits, because there is a huge chance, if this piece is maxed out, that she's going to get shield if the enemy I don't know, deals a little hit on her. And there's another piece that gives toughness, and it is an accessory. It is called the Scrolls, Secret Scrolls. It was the name of the piece. It gives toughness, and not only that, but it makes sure that if Kitana is set on fire, or any character who wears that piece, of course, he's going to heal because of that, and that's pretty cool. Another very useful piece for her is the Witch Ward. It is a Tower of Horror rare piece. It boosts her toughness, it gives her resistance to fire, so in a way it kind of counters the Secret Scrolls, so keep that in mind. And on top of that, it gives power generation. Amazing. Another piece incredibly good for her is the Storm Hat, the Raiden rare piece. It gives her toughness, which she really needs, and also it boosts her power generation. Basically, the Bladed Fan plus any 3 of those who already mentioned equals the perfect Ronin Kitana build, in my opinion, of course. Alright guys, I don't want to be Captain Obvious because we are at the best teams section for Kitana. She has to be in a Ronin team, that's kind of obvious, but if you happen to not have her in a Ronin team, just make sure that you support her. Once again, she is a dual class character, so she can be supported by either martial artist or outward character, and that's pretty important to remember. So in a way, she's easy to support and you can build a lot of teams around her. Okay guys, Ronin Kitana, what do you think of her? Do you like her? Do you dislike her? Please let me know in the comments. Once again, she scored 72.3 and we label her as a great character. As usual guys, if you wanna see more reviews, you can find the playlist on the top right corner of the screen. See you next time guys. Take care and stay safe.
Too easy.
Perfect.